those of you who don't know, adrenal disease is very similar to diabetes. Type 1 diabetics do not have insulin, and adrenal patients do not have cortisol. But the difference is diabetic patients have a glucometer. And so they are able to check their blood sugar and administer insulin and eat according to what they need. But with adrenal patients, every day is a guessing game, and everyone's different. And any amount of stress, physical, environmental, emotional, can increase the need for cortisol. So every single day is a guessing game. And our organization was started because these protocols are inappropriate. They do not give us the quality of life, and they do not express the options that are truly out there. So my organization works to educate people on the updated treatments and the updated options that are out there for patients. But because it is not the traditional norm, we get a lot of pushback, because in the medical community, they've been taught by their textbook that adrenal disease is treated with hydrocortisone 2 to 3 times daily, and patients live a normal life. And so we have this entire demographic of patients. Some do well on that, and that's wonderful, but the majority of patients that come through our organization are not having quality of life. These are young women that are being told by their physicians, and even young men too, that, sorry, the problem must be you. And so my organization is pushing the message that the current protocols need to be updated. And so because of that, we've gotten a lot of pushback, even though everything that we are saying has been verified by top researchers. There's researchers such as Professor Hindmarsh, who has published an incredible book that details the nuances such as the cortisol pump and options that have been proven. NIH has also done many studies on updated adrenal protocols. There are also new medications, such as Rayos and Alkindi, that have been released that can treat adrenal insufficiency. There are more options than just 2 to 3 times daily hydrocortisone. And so we push the message that we have updated protocols and that the world has more options for our patients. But that causes us to have a target on our back, because these organizations that are funded by pharmaceutical companies and by the people who want standard to be the standard, because it makes them money and it gives them lifetime patients. That is why we get pushback. And so even though we have doctors on our team, even though we have nurse practitioners, even though we all have licensures, because we're not endocrinologists, we are told we're not qualified. Our scope is that we are a patient advocacy organization. We work to advocate for patients. Our scope is to give patients information and education. We do not have a patient list. We do not see patients. We do not prescribe. We do not offer medical care or treatment. But we do provide education. And we do provide information to patients, to caregivers, to parents, to professionals, to EMS, to doctors, to nurses, on how to recognize and treat adrenal insufficiency. And because of that, there's a lot of pushback. So let me just encourage you that there will be people who will try to tear you down at every angle. And I am not doing this video to be negative. I'm doing this video to encourage you to keep doing what you're doing. Because when you start changing things and when the conversation shifts to what needs to happen, the people who don't want that to happen get really nervous. And I say that not to discourage anyone, but to say that the patient voice is powerful. I represent a demographic of forgotten people, of people who have been gaslit, of people who have been told by medical professionals that the problem is them. And I can tell you, after being in this demographic for almost 10 years, that I've seen people take their lives back just by switching to a different form of steroid replacement. I've seen them get their lives back by getting an infusion pump filled with cortisol. I've seen people get their lives back simply because they had the information to do so. And the reason that I wrote books on adrenal disease and the cortisol pump wasn't to make money, and it wasn't to be famous, and it wasn't to get any accolades from myself. It is because I wanted to save people from the fate that I myself have. You see, it's too late for me. I have already had to leave my career in medicine. I didn't get to finish medical school. I didn't get to achieve the dreams that I wanted because this disease took so much from me. And so my objective in providing this information is so that other people don't have to walk that dark path. I want to share the information that had I known any of that 10 years ago, I wouldn't have had to suffer half of what I went through. And so Adrenal Alternatives stands to help people. And we stand to give you options that the doctors may not even know about. And again, this is nothing against endocrinologists, and this is nothing against any medical professional. But we can't change things unless people are aware that things are wrong. We cannot change things unless people are empowered to know that they have options. There is a giant momentum for the adrenal community happening. We interviewed the TwistJect creator, Julia Anthony, about the adrenal cortisol injector that is coming to market. And she said in her statement that the current protocols are unacceptable. And part of her mission is changing the conversation so that endocrinologists will prescribe her device that we all know needs to be prescribed. The current Actovial system is a multi-step process that is really difficult to accomplish if you've never had any medical training, and also if you're having an impending adrenal crisis. An adrenal crisis is very similar to a severe diabetic episode. We lose cognitive abilities, we begin to shake, we vomit, and we lose consciousness. How in the world are you supposed to do a 14-step process in that kind of a state? And so we stand with Solution Medical because they are bringing innovations to the adrenal community. And that is what we do as an organization, is we bring innovation to the adrenal community. So I'm releasing this on my personal web pages because I do not want anyone to view the organization negatively or anything because they might have something against me. I started this organization not because I wanted a name for myself and not because I wanted any accolades, but it's because I want to stop the devastation that's happening to people. I couldn't stop it for me, but I want to stop it for as many people as I can, because that's what you do. When you realize that there's a problem in the world that you can help fix, you try to fix it. I would not have chosen adrenal disease in all of my choices in my life. I didn't choose this, no one chooses this. But I am choosing to let it fuel my desire to help people. And I am choosing to use it as a positive experience so that I can help promote change. I have the condition. I see the protocols don't work for everyone, and I see the innovative treatments that are out there, just not well known, and I see them improving lives. And so I want to do anything and everything I can to help save and improve lives. It's too late for me, but it doesn't have to be for everyone else. So if you want to check out the organization, it is adrenalalternatives.com. I hope this video does not project negativity, because I'm truly just trying to explain my heart. I am not a meek, mild person. I am a fighter and I believe in justice. And my passions sometimes come across as anger, but I just want to assure you that I don't make a dime from this organization. And it's not about money for me. It's about helping people. And it's about bringing things to light that need to be there. It's about coming out of the shadows, all this information. And no, I'm not a doctor. And if you have a severe medical problem, I'm going to tell you to go see a doctor. But what I do know is how to survive adrenal disease. And I'm just trying to share those resources. So the books that I have on Amazon, I have made available for everyone as affordable as possible. I would make them free, but because Amazon is a capitalistic company, they force me to put a price on them. So my ebook is very inexpensive. If you cannot afford it, email me. I'll send you a PDF. It's not about money to me. It's about sharing information. So Adrenal Insufficiency 101 is on Amazon. Cortisol Pump 101 is also on Amazon. And if you need any information, just go to adrenalalternatives.com. Send us an email. We're here to help. So I appreciate you listening to this, and I do hope that you share it, and I hope that it portrays the truth of adrenal alternatives.